All right,
Okay.
let's call this meeting to order of the Oakland County Board of Commissioners Planning and Building Committee. Today's Tuesday, July 31st, 2018. If you have a roll call, please.
Crawford.
Here.
McGilvray.
Here.
Dwyer.
Here.
Tease is not here yet.
He's excused.
Oh, okay. Jackson. Here. And Wiper.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please join in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Can we have approval of the previous minutes? Moved by Commissioner Crawford, supported by Commissioner McGilvray. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That passed. Could we have approval of today's agenda? Moved by Commissioner Crawford, supported by Commissioner Jackson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passed. Any public comment today? Seeing no public comment, we'll move on to today's regular agenda. We're going to pass item number 1 until somebody from administration is here, and we'll go right to item number 2. And that is Water Resources Commissioner Unit Reorganization. I need a motion. Moved by Commissioner Dwyer, supported by Commissioner Jackson. Good morning.
Good morning.
And you are?
My name is Naveed Maram, Chief Engineer with Oakland County Water Resources Office.
And this is the first time presenting this committee. We welcome you.
Correct. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
The request for the resolution is for us to be able to kind of advance our naming convention for the facilities and actually for our overall concept of water treatment. So Oakland County Water Resources Office manages, operates, and maintains 3 wastewater treatment facilities. One of the facilities has already gone under the name change, where the new industry standard is really, we're not necessarily treating wastewater. The treatment of wastewater is the byproduct of us trying to recover the resources that's in wastewater. So you're taking another look at, the industry is looking at it in a different way. Instead of focusing on the name with respect to treatment, you're really recovering the resources, and the treatment is the byproduct that you get, which is protecting our waters of the state. The second initiative for the name change is really to be able to improve our recruitment process. As an individual working for a resource recovery facility, is a lot easier to talk about and communicate with, instead of I work for a sewage treatment plant. It definitely helps in that recruitment process, and this is something where Oakland County Water Resources, working with Oakland County HR, we are struggling in recruitment processes, so we're working on different strategies, and this is one of those stepping stones to be able to get towards that. There's no financial impacts from the name change. It will be just identifying it to match the facility names. The other 2 facilities, we are recovering resources. However, they have not gone through the official name change yet. As the permits renew every 5 years, at that point we plan to pursue the name change with the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality.
Any questions? Commissioner McGilvray.
Strictly name change, no added positions or anything like that?
It's strictly a name change, no added positions,
Okay.
correct.
Commissioner Dwyer.
Same responsibilities, any changes?
No changes in responsibilities.
Again, what's the reason for the name changes?
So it's mostly help recruitment processes. It's really the industry, the Environmental Protection Agency is kind of re-looking at the concept of wastewater treatment. Instead of that, it's really a resource recovery. We need to do our part more in recovering our resources instead of just treating wastewater.
Thank you.
When you go out to conferences and with different governments and different entities, is this is the wave?
This is nationally identified as, there are more industries and facilities and government agencies out there that are changing their name rapidly to resource recovery facilities. Most presentations rarely ever say treatment facility so-and-so has done this. It's really a resource recovery done this.
And are we on cutting edge? Are we just playing catch up? Are
So
we
one of our facilities is on cutting edge. We're implementing a biosolid project at one of our facilities that has been kind of discussed among the county itself That's the second one in the nation. So this is us recovering the sludge byproduct of wastewater and converting that to fertilizer for human use.
For sale.
For sale potentially, and even garden use. So so we are getting back on track. There's a lot of things that we are trying to improve on with respect to that.
Any other questions? Commissioner Jackson?
Thank you. So part of this name change process you stated is to help secure employment, how people look at the facilities. Are we at a critical shortage, and what type of positions are you looking for? More engineers or?
No, these are licensed operators. So as part of so a resource recovery operator has a guideline through the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality that has to go through hours of worked, including testing and education. So one of our big struggles right now is supervisors, which are experienced licensed operators are very hard to recruit right now. So the industry as a whole, so EPA or WEF, which is Water Environmental Federation, which kind of leads the fronting edge for water and wastewater. And one of our biggest topics is recruitment, getting people into the sector. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to be able to get the trainings that's necessary. There's not enough training out there in the industry that's available for them. So it's a lot of bring them in as a very junior level, very fresh level, and kind of build them within your organization. So it's tough when you have a young group of individuals to do that.
So this training could start at like a associate degree level, high school level?
It starts at a high school level. You can start the training in the workforce. So we have, over the last several months, since we took over, one of the facilities that we took over was the Pontiac Wastewater Treatment Plant facility, which is now the Clinton River Water Resource Recovery Facility. We have recruited nearly 7 to 8 brand new individuals that have never been in water and wastewater, some with biology background, some with maintenance background, some with janitorial background, and we have brought them up to kind of wastewater practices, and they're starting the licensing process. So it takes a good 3-4 years to be able to get to a higher level licensing, but it's a slow process, but we're working towards that to build our own kind of our team.
Right, that's good
With that.
information for us. We talk about workforce development all the time around the state.
Absolutely.
So we would just, I don't know, how could we like get in that pipeline or maybe help with that effort as commissioner?
We have been working with HR and just trying to understand if it's colleges that we can work with. We have worked with Oakland County colleges just to be able to see if we can get programs. There's programs in Delta College, there's programs in UP. However, Southeast Michigan does not have educational programs that would kind of expedite that 1 year. So to get your first license as an operator, you have to have 1 year of operations experience. You can also do an associate's in water treatment, which will kind of bypass that 1 year of experience. So you have that capability to do that. So we are working with curriculums to be able to be added, but the problem is colleges don't see the enrollment associated with that too. So it's really, we have to kind of bring the industry to a point where it's attractive for people that want to go into the business, and then we can kind of support it with the universities to be able to build the enrollment that's necessary to attract the college.
Thank you. And who in the water resources commission department will we kind of contact to further the discussion?
So, Samantha Huber is dealing with leading our recruitment process across the board.
Okay.
Thank you.
And part of it, this name change is exactly what you need.
Correct.
Because you put this out there and they say, well, sewage treatment or whatever, it's not that attractive.
Exactly.
And this
exactly.
is, I mean, it's really a science and a biology and.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a lot too. It's not just sewage treatment and water treatment. It's skill.
Absolutely. It's a profession and a career.
Mhm.
It's really a career. Compensations are growing for this sector. it's definitely an opportunity for somebody to come in that wants to be more hands-on and doesn't want to sit behind a desk, and it's a great opportunity.
Kind of when Phil Bernalini comes here and he tells us the people come out and they have the IT cybersecurity, they can name their job.
Mhm.
And somebody coming out with some kind of education going into this, they can name their job,
Absolutely,
yeah?
absolutely, absolutely. There's, across the board, this is a big struggle for us.
I think there's one, I'm
Go ahead.
sorry. I think there's one position posted, we get a weekly digest of
Okay.
information of job openings. I reposted on Facebook, and I think there is one position that's out here this week,
The-
operator.
Yep, there was a crew leader position that we recently posted, the trainee position has been posted, and the supervisor position was posted for several months, but we unfortunately had 0 candidates apply.
Hmm.
Wow,
Yeah,
Well, hopefully this is a good start.
yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Let's call the roll.
Crawford.
Yes.
McGilvray.
Yes.
Dwyer.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes,
Wypert.
Yes. Thank you, Naveed, for
Thank you.
coming.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see you again. Okay, moving on to item number 3, facilities management, facilities maintenance and operations of medical examiners chiller replacement project. Need a motion? Commissioner Jackson, supported by Commissioner Dwyer. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe Murphy, Manager of Facilities.
Good morning, Steve Foster, Project Manager. Morning, Mike Chason, Chief Facilities.
morning.
Today we're here seeking approval of a project to replace the 19-year-old chiller at the medical examiner's facility. This was, excuse me, part of our approved CIP plan for this year. The only hiccup that was really in this project is in the middle of our cooling season, the unit had some catastrophic failures. So in part of this project, we do have a rental cooling unit so that we can keep that building up and running for the remainder of the summer. This project was competitively bid through purchasing. The total cost is $546,576, and we're seeking approval to move forward for that so we can get that going as soon as the weather changes.
Any questions? The last one lasted 19 years, I saw in the package.
Correct.
Any reason to think this new one won't
The new one
last
should
20,
be
30, or?
same thing,
Okay.
Yep.
Is that the lifespan?
typically, yes.
Okay. Commissioner Dwyer?
Just a question, the chiller, can you give the definition of the chiller and what it does?
Air conditioning units. It's air
That's
conditioner
it?
for
Yep.
the building.
Yep,
Just air conditioning?
correct. The building's about 40,000 square feet.
I mean, this is big, right?
Yeah, 250 tons, I believe. This-
Yeah,
It's, the current one is a little bigger than the stable.
okay. I mean, a regular house has a 4 or 5 ton, or
A bigger house, yes, 4 or 5 ton. Yep.
a bigger house would have 4 or 5 tons. This is 250 tons?
Yes.
Yeah. And the rental, that's, I mean, I saw it was like 52,000, is that,
That was
is that
the,
reasonable?
that was the best price available, that purchasing was able to acquire for us, so we're happy that we were able to get it here.
And repairs would have exceeded the rental? I mean, you made the decision?
Correct, to do the repairs, Mike, I believe they said that was a 2 to 3 week total tear down of the unit, which we
It had a
could.
leak in it, it was inside the unit, so it totally tear the whole thing apart. They were looking at up to 3 weeks. So we just couldn't keep the building down that long.
Well, in addition to that, even after the repair, there was no guarantee that the equipment would continue to work properly.
No, 19 years old. So. Any other questions?
How many square feet is that building?
40,000.
40,000?
Any other questions? Let's call the roll.
McGilvray.
Yes.
Dwyer.
Yes.
Jackson.
yes.
Crawford.
Yes.
Wypert.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 4 is facilities management, facilities maintenance and operations and building. And we got Joe again. Need a motion? Commissioner Crawford, supported by Commissioner Jackson.
This is a project that we've brought to the board before in a pilot phase and a phase 1. This is to replace the 30-year-old building management system for the county. This would be phase 2. Was competitively bid. Total amount of the projects is $499,938, and we're seeking approval to move forward with phase 2 to replace this aging equipment and infrastructure to better suit our buildings with the energy management efforts.
Any questions? Commissioner McGilvery?
Explain to me what a building maintenance system is and what it does.
It controls all our heating and cooling set points, lighting, all the environmental controls.
For the entire complex?
For each of one of the buildings. Each building has its own system that it operates off. It goes back to a central location where we receive alarms if we are in a critical shutdown of a piece of equipment. The new system allows our maintenance mechanics to access the systems via their telephone so they can better troubleshoot issues that we might be having with heating and cooling, valves, lights.
Okay, thanks.
Commissioner Jackson?
So the current system is 30 years old?
That's correct.
So there's been a lot of innovation in the last 30 years. So the new system, it's gonna, I assume, that it's gonna rely upon technology a lot more than the old system?
The new system that we're getting is state-of-the-art, correct. It's allowing our mechanics to operate from a cell phone, iPad, remotely. It allows us to tie into our electrical meters to do load shedding if we need to do load shedding, where the other system was not capable of doing that. Better alarming technologies.
How are we like with the lighting system? Because I work in a place where they replace all the lights with movement, certain turn off and on times, and just being so much more energy efficient. A couple came in and replaced the lights. How does this new system, do we have lights like that in this, in the facilities management building? Do we
It's
have?
capable of accepting that. We don't have plans to do the lighting right now, but it will, you can do it. The executive office building has that currently, where it's the lights, they turn on and off at certain times. They have all the sensors that you're talking about. Like in these rooms here, some last person out, it shuts off after 3 minutes or 5 minutes of no movement, stuff like that. Put those in closets, it's a good spot.
So that could be coming, and this would be,
Correct.
it could be integrated into this new
Correct.
system.
Right now, we're just concentrating on the heating and cooling.
Okay.
And a big part of that, and this is, it's part, is a lot part software and hardware. I mean, it's technology. Correct. So, any other questions? Let's call roll.
Dwyer.
Yes.
Jackson.
Yes.
Crawford.
Yes.
McGilvray.
Yes.
Yes.
Whiteford.
Yes, that passed. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have parks here yet? Okay, let's move back to item number 1. And it's Parks and Recreation Commission Safety Path Bill of Sale and Easements. Good morning. Need a motion, moved by Commissioner Crawford, supported by Commissioner McGilvray.
Morning, thank
morning.
you very much. Sorry for the delay.
No.
Dan Stensel, Executive Officer, Oakland County Parks and Recreation Commission. Mike Donlin. This is a project that's being dedicated tomorrow. It is a collaboration with the Township of Independence for 1.6 miles of trail. This is to dedicate the easement for a couple portions of our park property and the sale of our interest in the trail. It's the construction of the trail.
Maintenance
So,
of the trail.
correct.
Any questions? So there's just the trails there, and the county happens to own some property outside the right of way, so that's what requires this.
That's a portion of it with the easement, and then the fact that they're gonna be responsible for the ongoing operations and maintenance of the trail that we collaborated with to get constructed.
Okay. Commissioner Jackson?
You stated that, it was 1.6 miles. Is this gonna be part of our connected,
It's part of the,
walkway that, go?
Oak roots and all of, yes, that's all, we work with planning and everything with that, and
try to make those connection points, so.
Great. Any other questions? Let's call the roll.
Jackson.
Yes.
Crawford.
Yes.
McGilvray.
Yes.
Dwyer.
Yes.
Whitebird.
Yes.
Carries.
Thank you. and
Thank
again,
you.
Thank you very
Apologize
much.
for our
Oh,
tardiness.
not an issue. Back to communications. We need a motion to receive and file the building authority minutes. Moved by Commissioner McGilvray, supported by Commissioner Crawford. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That passed. Any other business? Seeing none, we will call today's meeting adjourned.